What was that you made for dinner today? After having to suffer through that, I'd say you're better off feeding us all up frozen dinners from now on. Why the heck are you making us such disgusting food to eat for our last meal of the day now? You really are the most useless woman I've ever known.
Are you talking about the dinner that I made and left out for you? I made that because I had to stay late at work today and wouldn't be home in time to make you anything. Did that chicken and pasta not suit your taste buds well enough or something? The last time I made that exact meal for you, you told me it was amazing and that you'd want it again sometime.
It was completely cold. So if you're not going to make me anything fresh, then it's going to be freaking disgusting. Also, what's with you trying to feed me the exact same meals twice like that? Are you trying to get me ticked off right now or something?
First of all, you were supposed to put that food in the microwave if you want to eat it warm. You should be able to do that much by yourself, right? How come you didn't ever try something as simple as that before starting to talk to me like this? Actually, since you're going to complain to me this much about something so petty, how about you start to cook your own dinner? I think that would be best for you, considering you're old enough now to cook for yourself.
Huh? Are you telling me to do something like cooking now? Your job as the woman of this house is to do all the chores and cooking. Why the heck else do you think my dad ended up marrying someone like you?
I happen to have myself a job right now, and things like housework and cooking are not just a woman's job. I like to think that chores and things like that should be done by everyone living in the house, including you. That's part of being a family.
Stop trying to make it seem so pretty. All I can hear coming out of you right now is your excuses for trying to push your work off onto someone else like me. Every single household I know makes the mother handle all the chores in the house. And that includes things like cooking as well. You married my dad in order to do all the chores for us here, right?
I don't ever remember saying anything like that as a part of my vows to him. And as far as I'm aware, both you and your father don't do anything at all around the house. Before I even married your father, I had been looking for someone that would share the chores and responsibility of caring for a family. And at the time I first met your father, he told me he was that person. However, now I can clearly see that was all a lie.
Huh? You just don't happen to see how much my dad cares about me in this house. He really loves me a lot, and puts a lot of thought into the man I'll become. And in order to make sure I'm being a responsible young man, he makes sure to keep my allowance to himself, only giving me my money when I deserve it.
I'm not really sure about what all goes on with the allowance you get, but I am very aware of the fact that your father really loves you a lot.
Also, my dad is always busy with his life and has to be out of the house a lot. If you don't take care of any of the chores around here, then who the heck will?
I'm really not sure what your father is up to that keeps him out of the house so often. But the one who seems to always just sit around in the house is you, Jimmy. Just sitting in your room all day playing your video games like you don't have any other responsibilities.
Huh? I am working my butt off right now. Do you have any idea who it is that's responsible for you having any food to eat? Had it not been for me allowing you to marry my dad, then he would have never gone through with any of it. Your old butt would be on the streets right now trying to figure out where your next meal will come from.
Let's think about that. I am aware that at the time of me getting married to your father, your input on the whole thing was also important. But let me tell you, even if I didn't marry your father, I wouldn't have to worry about being homeless or anything close to that.
I wonder about that.
About what?
So far, you've barely been able to cook me up any decent meals. And when it comes to things like laundry and cleaning, you can't even deal with that. You also barely go to work at all. Well, you come home to complain about all the work you have to do here. Then there's the fact that you're way too ugly and are older than my dad. You better be freaking happy my dad came along and offered you his hand in marriage. Because had he not, no other man would have taken you. My dad is one of the most caring men in this world, and you'd better start to understand and respect that.
Listen here, Jimmy. I'm not really sure where to start that would end with you understanding where I'm coming from. But I'd like to start by asking you why you're acting like you're so remarkable compared to me.
That's because I am the center of this household, making me the most remarkable, of course.
Is that right?
My dad is saying this all the time. He says that I'm the center of this household, and if I weren't here, there would be nothing left. So there. If you don't start treating me like the god I am, then I'll make sure you're divorced and sent far away from here.
I see then. So your father has just been spoiling the hell out of you this whole time. But let me ask, with such an awful mouth and attitude, do you have any friends? Are you going to be all right in the future?
Before you start to worry about me, how about you worry about yourself? There is no telling when I'll ask for you to be cut out of this family, right? If I get my dad to throw you out, then you'll be right back on the streets looking for a place to sleep.
Jimmy, I'm starting to get the idea that you underestimate me a little too much.
I'm not underestimating you. When you have no attributes to yourself that all the other women have. The moment my dad casts you aside, you're gonna be done for. Am I right? Unlike him, you look like a dried up fig.
Oh? So you're telling me your father looks a whole lot better than myself? And how would someone like you be aware of that?
I'm aware of that because of this one little secret. My dad happens to have all these women he can go out and play with. I would have to say, he's been with more women than most men in the US could even dream of getting with.
Is that right? And why would he be telling you all about this?
He doesn't tell me anything. But the fact that he's always out all night and doesn't come back until early morning has to be because of the women he sees. And now that I think about it, recently he's been out pretty late again, right? I wonder if he has himself some new girls to hang out with again. Dang, that's too bad for you. But that's all on you, considering you look like a dried out sponge.
So that's what you think? I'd only thought he was good looking enough for all those women back in school. But he still has the looks and the women to this day.
Well, if there is ever a moment where my dad brings in a hottie that can actually do the chores without complaining, then I'll ask him to marry that woman. Of course, he'd listen to me. So you should start preparing for a day like that. I already happen to have my hands on some divorce forms that are all filled out and signed.
All right.
I'm busy with work still again tonight, so I won't be home until really late. This all might take me to the morning to complete, so just be aware of that. I might just stay the night here at that point, and be ready for work the next day.
Sounds pretty busy there, but thanks for letting me know that. By the way, I got some more complaints from your son again about my cooking. Do you think you can say something to him about all of that, Stanley?
He started complaining about you again. Did he say things like your cooking is disgusting or something?
Yes.
Well, he's the one saying all of that, not me. After all, he is the center of this family, and his word is final. And since he thinks of himself as that, there is nothing I could do about what he says. And I wouldn't want to tell him to lie and call your food delicious either, right? That would be even more wrong.
This isn't about me wanting your son to say the food is good. This is about how much time I put into making dinner and other meals, all right? And this whole time you've been saying that it's all really tasty and you want seconds.
That's just how I feel about your cooking. The fact that your food isn't good enough for him is another story.
But the fact that he will complain about my cooking like that after expressing his feelings about it, it's not okay. I happen to be working a job and handling all the chores at home. That makes me a very busy person as well, yet he keeps on making those snarky comments like that's supposed to help me do everything to his liking. I have had it up to here with him now, Stanley.
Don't say things like that. To me, that little man is my cute baby boy. And back when you and I got married, you told me yourself that you thought of him as your own kid because he's so cute, right?
If you're going to bring up what was said back before we got married, then how about you? You told me that when we got married, you'd help take care of both the family and all the chores together with me. You said that to me, right? Why am I the only one putting in all this work at home?
You can't blame me for that, considering I'm already doing my best. And that's why I have to stay out so late every night working, right?
Are you really putting in work at the office, though? You told me about how you finally found yourself a job again and all that, but ever since you got that job, you've never been home. There has to be something else going on there because no company would ever work a new employee that long every day.
Huh? Are you doubting what I've been up to now? Then what would happen if I stopped working, huh? What would you be able to do? Tell me right now.
That's nothing I could know about right now. But the fact that you just burst out in anger there when I said something's up makes you even more suspicious to me. Have you really fixed that gambling addiction you had before?
I already told you that was cured a long time ago. I can't believe after all this work I've been putting in, you are still not happy with it and are trying to call me out.
I never said I was calling you out regarding the work you put in.
Ugh, whatever. I'm not coming home tonight. I hope this makes you learn your damn lesson, you bitch.
All right already, Stanley. Just go.
Well, my dad is out putting in all that work trying to provide for this family. Why are you here all alone, enjoying some beers like you deserve to relax? That's why he always tells me about how much of a terrible wife you are.
I have worked a lot of hours and have been doing chores every single day for who knows how long now. I deserve to have a break to catch my breath and unwind. Why are you getting so angry with me over simply drinking a couple of beers? Where did you run off to while I went and cleaned my face?
Don't you dare start complaining to me like you're something special, when I'm the one that's allowed you to live in this house. I'm going out to have dinner with my dad now. I'm going to make sure my dad takes care of you after what I saw today.
Huh? What did you just say? Who was it that has allowed me to live in this house again?
I have no use for an asshole like you in this house anymore. Considering you've had to leech off of my money to live here, get the hell out of that house.
What are you going on about, Jimmy? You sure you didn't trip and slam your head against the ground or something on the way out?
Huh? What the hell are you on about? That's what I want to know, you ugly whore. Now that you've had a beer poured all over your face, you should be aware just how little you matter to this family and leave.
Oh, I see, Jimmy. I totally understand what little I mean to this family. I guess I will do as you've asked and leave this family for good. I'll even make sure to handle the divorce, too.
Well, of course you'll handle the divorce. And then you will never come around my dad or I, or this house ever again. Don't even let me see your face again out in public, or I'll make you pay.
Sure thing. Goodbye forever now.
Hey, answer the frickin' phone already. Who do you think you are ignoring me like that? You can see all these calls, right? Reply to me right now, woman.
Who is this?
Don't frickin' ask me who the hell I am. You already know that I'm your son, Jimmy.
I don't ever remember having a son named Jimmy, though. I've never had a son in general, actually.
Yo, stop it with the crappy jokes. You come back to the house right now.
What was that? I'm still not sure who you are and what makes you think you can talk to a stranger like that.
For God's sake, woman, you know who I am. I'm Jimmy, your flipping son. Now come home.
Oh, Jimmy? That Jimmy? I thought you said that we were cutting ties and all that 3 days ago. Did you not understand what the meaning of cutting ties was?
Shut up. Right now, my dad is as pale as a ghost. He told me he never actually thought that you'd leave us. Where the hell are you right now?
Hold on, weren't you acting all tough and such when you told me to get lost, or was that all for show? Because I've already gone and handed in the divorce forms and everything. And another thing, whatever happened to the apology for pouring beer into my face like that?
Why the hell should I be apologizing to you for that? That had to happen to you because you were being all mouthy with me. And the fact you were drinking beer like that in the first place without my dad there.
I see. Well, then I guess there's nothing else I have to say here. Goodbye forever.
Listen to me, you dumb idiot.
I almost forgot that I needed to tell you this. I'm going to end the lease on that house now for you guys since I'm no longer living there. Make sure you get out of there in the next few days. I have to make sure the place is ready to be rented out again in 1 month. See ya.
What? Wait a second. Please wait.
Bye-bye, you little shit.
Please. Answer your phone, please. Where are you right now? My dad and I are both battered now.
Ugh. You are so goddamn annoying. Day after day after day, you call and call and call. Every time being met with me ending said call on you. And when you've had enough trying to call, you start to send text after text. What the actual hell do you want from me?
You're finally answering me. I'm tired of you trying to dodge me. Now come back home.
Jimmy, are you frickin' brain dead or something? I literally have no reason for going back to you guys anymore. Not a single reason. Yet you keep on trying to tell me to come home to you both? You really think starting off the conversation in that tone with a complete stranger like that is going to get you anywhere with them?
Well, I got it. Please come home.
Tell me why I should do that. Tell me why someone you don't even care about anymore and who certainly doesn't care about you both should come back. So far, this conversation has gotten nowhere once again, and it's going to lead to me blocking you. All right? I can really tell now that you are such a spoiled little brat.
Excuse me? I'm the one asking you to come home.
I never said that I wanted to be asked to go back there, though. The fact that you just keep assuming I'd even want to go back there just tells me there's no use in talking to you. I'm done here. Are you?
I didn't know anything.
What was that?
I never thought that you were the one taking care of this whole family. That's why I need you to come back here now.
So you've only just now figured all of that out? I can't believe something so simple and so obvious to everyone else wasn't immediately understood by you. Just goes to show how much you lack a brain, huh? What was it? What was it you always called me again? The parasite leeching off your money? I could have sworn it was something like that. But hold on just one second. Didn't you mean to call your father and yourself that when referring to my money you were sucking away from me?
Shut the hell up! I didn't know anything about that. I told you this already. I was thinking that the whole time that the money my dad and I were making was being used to keep you in the house. But when I had my eyes finally opened...
Yes, okay. Well, it really sucks to be you now, right? The moment you saw the reality of everything and knew that it was my money that allowed you to live in that house and eat what you wanted, you probably felt some sort of thanks towards me, right?
I am thankful. That's why you need to come back here now. Come back here and live with Dad and I.
Don't make me laugh too hard, Jimmy. Keep all that sleepy talk to yourself, you little brat. Who the hell would want to go back to having all their money drained away by you two bozos? Ever since I got away from you both, I have been living the time of my life again. I feel like a brand new woman that's been reborn.
Don't say things like that. All of this is my dad's fault, for crying out loud. Remember how I was telling you about my dad keeping all of my allowance to himself until I was a good boy and he'd give me some? Well, he was doing the same thing with all the money I made from my part-time job, and made me think part of it was going to you. I thought that some of it would be coming to me, though, as well. But then I found out it was you who was giving me my allowance at times.
So you're going to lay all the blame on your father now for the way you were behaving around me? Does this mean your father was the one who poured that beer into my face? And was that him I was hearing calling me ugly and old all those times? And wait a minute, was that him always complaining about the food I cooked? I don't think all of that was him.
I know that wasn't all him. Actually, I've started to realize my dad can't do any chores. And the inside of this house is looking like a pigsty now. We're always having to eat out now because neither of us can cook, using up all of our money.
Sucks to suck then, doesn't it? All that time I was around, you both never did a frickin' thing. And after so many years, you finally realized that all that work I was putting in is too much for you guys? You can't tell me that you just assumed all those things would be kept to the moment I was kicked out of the house, right?
This is why you need to come here and help. If we don't get some help soon, we won't be able to live here any longer.
Then let's hope you can both figure something out with your own strength. I've been divorced from your father for a month now, and you are nothing more than an annoying little brat to me. And unfortunately, I'm not that nice of a person where I'd be willing to help a couple of complete strangers become happy again at my own risk.
Don't say something like that about us, please. My dad, he hasn't even found himself a job yet, actually.
Really? But just a while back, he was bragging about how he had this new job and everything he was going to do. He told me that was the reason for him always being out late and sometimes not making it back home until the next day. And he told me he was so busy with that job that he couldn't help me with any of the housework. You even said it yourself that he was busy.
Well, that wasn't even him going to work then. He was just out having fun with other women was all. He told me that he took a lot of your money and would go out and get entertained by all of them.
Well, we both knew that. You were the one who told me he was doing that, right? That he's so good looking that he can get all the women? I was actually thinking about getting a detective at the time to follow him out, but when you told me he was with all those other women, that was all I needed. Thank you so much for that useful information back then, Jimmy. And by the way, since I was able to get some evidence of all that happening behind your backs before the divorce, I expect your dad to owe me a settlement soon.
What? A settlement?
Well, of course a settlement. He was out playing with other women while still married to me and using my money to do so. And all of that was going on while he told me he couldn't be bothered with any of the chores or taking care of you. You really thought that he could just get away with all of that unscathed?
Wait. My dad is out looking for a job right now. It's already been hard enough for the two of us to live as things are. If you try and get a settlement from us, you'll literally be killing us.
Well, if you would rather swim than sink, go and have your dad marry one of those fine women. Hey, better yet, go ask one of them to be your mother. I'm sure half those women are married too, so their husband might be willing to support their cheating wife's little pet. As for myself, though, I'm not backing down, and will be getting that money from your father, so make sure he's aware of that now.
What? What are you going on about now?
This is just a guess on my part, but I'd assume some of the women your dad's with have husbands. Which means when those husbands find out, they will want a settlement just as much as I do. So expect to watch your dad, along with his gang of women, get completely destroyed by all the settlements they'll be met with. Now, the best of luck to the both of you while your dad struggles to find himself a job.
No way. I can't work any more than I already am. I was never meant to work a full-time job or anything.
You think I care what you're meant for? If you really want to hear what I think you ought to do, try throwing those video games away and work using that time.
I've already sold all of them. And we're getting kicked out of this house soon too. We also have quite literally no money to our names. As of right now, there is nothing to look forward to in life anymore.
Stop acting all sad about yourself. It's so simple. Work with all that time you have and make some dang money. There are 24 hours in a day, so work 24 hours.
But
right now I'm living in a high-rise apartment thinking about you two lowlifes, all while I have the most amazing time of my life. But I'd really like to stop thinking about you both. So please, with absolutely no respect at all, stop talking to me and go the hell away.
a high-rise apartment? Are you serious? Hey, you have some money right now, correct? So how about you please help me out at least?
No reason to do that for you. Did you really think that you could just sit around having fun all your life while making others do the work for you? You've set yourselves up as one of the most useless, unemployable, hot-headed, brainless lowlifes around. And the only thing that awaits things like you is a life burning in literal hell. Now, good frickin' day to you. After that, I went ahead and made sure to never respond to that beyond spoiled brat ever again, and that sent both him and his dad on their way to hell. Soon after, my lawyer went ahead and spoke to my ex and told him about the settlement I'm owed, before giving him a deadline and wishing both him and Jimmy a good day. This led to the two, once very close to one another, father and son, to start fighting over whose fault all of this was. As for myself, I'm living it up in this brand new high-rise apartment I've gotten myself. And one could say this was the best second chance at life any human has been given. Those two buffoons that learned the very hard way that neither of them were going to be helped by myself any longer are out there somewhere right now, probably running around like a chicken with its head cut off, looking for jobs. I'd like to call that the perfect ending, and the most likely ending for the both of them. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, is it true that Julie's coming to visit us tomorrow? Why didn't you tell me sooner? She called me a few minutes ago, but I told her I didn't know anything.
Yeah, she's coming tomorrow. So what, is there a problem?
Yeah, there's a problem. Did you forget that you promised to take Mia to the zoo tomorrow? We already bought the tickets and everything. Does this mean that you're going to take Julie instead?
Why do I have to take her? You can take her yourself. I'm gonna stay at home with my sister tomorrow. She's my baby sister and she's pregnant. I don't have time to be going to the zoo when she's due to give birth. Don't waste my time with stupid stuff like that.
If she's due to give birth, then why don't you go and visit her instead? Why make her come all this way? If she's more important to you than your own daughter, then why don't you be a little bit more considerate about her condition?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? Why should I go to her? She's coming to live with us.
Huh?
It's better for her and the baby if she gives birth in the suburbs rather than the city. So she's coming to stay with us until she finds a house here, so that she can raise the baby in a better environment.
Wait a minute. You never told me anything about that. She's coming to live with us from tomorrow, and you're telling me now?
Why do I have to tell you? It's not like I need permission to let my little sister live with us. This is my house, and I'll do what I want with it. I don't need you giving me your opinion.
Of course you do. I'm your wife, and I live here too. You can't be serious if you think that you don't have to respect my wishes. You can't just decide things like this without me. We need to decide these things together like a family should.
Alright, so what? You're saying that Julie just shouldn't have her baby? That she should have an abortion? You're jealous because Julie's younger and prettier than you, huh? And because everyone likes her and not you. So you want to deny her a place to stay? You should be ashamed of yourself, Hazel.
What? When did I even say that? Why would you even think that's how I feel about Julie? You've gone above twisting my words. All I said is that you should have let me know that you were planning on inviting your sister to stay with us and asked me how I feel about it. I think anyone would be angry if their husband or roommate suddenly invited someone to stay with them long-term without telling them.
No, that's just you. You're being selfish. You're a woman, so you should understand prioritizing pregnant women. Why can't you just be a little more welcoming? I bet that you're the type of woman who complains when nobody gives up your seat in the transport when you're pregnant, but then never gives your own seat up, huh?
Where on earth did that come from? Are you seriously trying to lecture me about putting pregnant women first? You're not listening to me at all. If Julie's pregnant, then of course I'm wishing her a safe pregnancy and a happy new life with her baby. But this is completely different. You're talking about letting your sister live with us, but she's pretty much a stranger to me. I haven't spoken to her much, and I've hardly ever met her.
Shut up! What's so different about it? You're jealous of her, so you're not happy to welcome her into our home? Fine. I've had enough. There's no point in talking to you about this. You know, this is why my family hates you. None of them like you, if you didn't notice. Maybe if you put a little more effort into being thoughtful and treating other people with a little more care, they'd be happy to accept you into our family. But this is what we get.
Oh, look who's talking. You don't care about how I feel about your little sister moving in. And about Mia being sad that you're not going to take her to the zoo. You don't know the first thing about treating other people with care. Anyway, what does it mean that James is going to live with us as well?
Of course he is. He's the baby's dad. Why would he come with her?
All right. Have you met him before?
I've never met him, but if Julie's decided to be with him, then that must mean he's a great guy. I trust her judgment completely. There's nothing to be worried about. We're lucky to be able to live with the both of them. You should be happy with my decision, too.
I haven't heard many good things about him from your parents, though. Are you really sure about letting him live with us? I get that you want to help your sister, but he's a complete stranger. You've got to think about this.
Do you really have to complain about every little thing I do? Why can't you just keep quiet and do as I say? Whatever. If you're not gonna accept that Julie and her husband are coming to live with us, then maybe you're the one who should leave.
What? You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not. Take Mia and get out of my house. That way you don't have to live with Julie and her husband. That's what you want, right? Go live somewhere else where you can do whatever you like, and I'll do what I like here. I don't want a jealous woman like you around bothering my little sister when she's trying to have a baby anyway.
Oh, wow. You're actually being serious.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm Julie's big brother. She's due to have a baby in a few weeks and she needs me. It's my job to be there for her when she needs me. No matter what, even if my own wife starts being self-centered and childish, I'm going to be there for my baby sister. You and Mia don't need me like my sister does, so you'll be fine by yourself, so get out! Get out for Julie's sake!
Is that all you've got to say to me?
Yeah, get out and live on the streets for all I care. Get out before you spread your germs to my precious little sister. You don't belong here anymore.
Hiya, Hazel. This is Julie. You know, Tim's little sister. Just to let you know, I decided that it would be best for me to come over today instead of tomorrow. Like, tomorrow's gonna be so hot, so I'll see you tonight, okay? Great. What? You're coming over tonight? Yeah, we got on an earlier train because we found a cheaper ticket, and so, we got to the train station much faster. I'm totally tired out. So I was thinking, maybe you could prepare dinner for me and James. Oh, and make sure it's something really delicious. We'll be there in half an hour, so it would be great if dinner was ready as soon as we got in. No pressure or anything, just I'm really hungry, and you don't want to upset me. I'm pregnant, you know. I'm, so emotional. You're gonna be here in half an hour? That's gonna be a little difficult, Julie. You should have warned me. Fine. Then I'll have a bath first, and then dinner after. Simple. Do you get it? You can cook something up while I'm having some me time. No, I've warned ya. Happy, miss, you should have warned me. Ugh, you're just so annoying. I'm hungry, so I'm not gonna wait any longer for you to get moving and work on dinner for me and James, okay? Okay. Hang on a minute. Can you listen to what I'm saying for once instead of deciding things on your own? I'm having dinner with Mia right now, and if you want a decent meal, I'm gonna have to go out and buy more ingredients. That's going to take a lot longer than you think. Are you serious? Don't you have anything? Oh my god, how useless can you get? Ugh. I wasn't expecting anyone, so I don't have anything right now. If you really want me to make something while you're in the bath, why don't you just buy some stuff from the supermarket on your way here? That way, you can choose what I make for you too, without me having to guess what you might want.
Ugh, as if. You're gonna make me go and buy stuff for you? Don't you know that I'm pregnant? Why would you say something like that to me? You're like so horrible.
You mean buy stuff for yourself? I'm just asking you to buy the ingredients for the dinner you want me to make for you. I think that's only fair, especially since I didn't know you were coming to live with us until a few hours ago. Besides, you're coming with your husband, aren't you? You're not alone, so I can't imagine why it would be so hard to drop by the supermarket. It's not out of your way.
Oh, wow. Now you're gonna try to use my husband as your slave. Oh my god, you're so much ruder than I thought you would be. I mean, I thought you would be happy that we were coming to live with you, but now? I've like seen your true colors. I can't believe you're this arrogant. Ugh. I am so not surprised that everyone hates you. Like, really hates you. You don't know how much our family hates you. They never wanted Tim to marry you, you know. Now I know why.
You're calling me arrogant? You and your brother are so alike. You don't realize when the things you say come bouncing back to you. Fine. Then how about I make something stir-fried? It's the quickest thing I can make with the stuff I've got in the fridge.
Really? You're gonna make something stir-fried? Yeah, it's quick, but it's like so poor. I want something healthy. I'm pregnant, you know? I need something good for this baby, not cheap. I'm coming all this way to stay with you guys, so why don't you get sushi or something? It's so much healthier and doesn't have as many calories too. I mean, I get that some people might not like sushi, but you should take care of your weight too. Like, you shouldn't just let go when you get married, right?
All right, then will you be satisfied if I order some sushi? I'll phone a place I know, so do you have anything in particular that you want?
Oh my god, sushi was just an example. You don't actually have to order sushi. Seriously, can't you, like, think for yourself? I thought you were a little smarter than that, Hazel. Oh, I know. I bet that you're really bad at your job, too. I'm right, aren't I? I'm always right.
Alright, well, I've thought about it, and I think sushi is the best way to go, so I'm gonna order sushi.
Ugh, you're really bad at this, aren't you? You can't even make one decision on your own. Can't you be a little more thoughtful? Just to warn you, James is really picky about his sushi, like, down to the last grain of rice picky. We only eat brown rice, and it's gotta have avocado and no cream cheese. If there's anything wrong with the sushi, James is gonna be like super mad. Like totally out of his mind mad. You don't want to deal with James when he's angry, so I really suggest you take care not to annoy him. Especially since you're already annoying me, which is like, but I'm an angel.
Is that so?
Is that all you have to say? Ugh, you're so boring. Anyway, we'll be there soon, so have something ready for us, Kay? Oh, yeah, and don't forget to get the bath ready for me. I don't want it to soak in a dirty bath after you've used it, so make sure you give it a good clean. Like, a really good clean.
Can't you make her shut up? I'm getting a headache from all the noise. I'm trying to sleep over here, so get Mia to stop crying already.
Why do you think she's crying? She's upset that you're not going to take her to the zoo tomorrow, even though you promised you would take her out. It's the first time you've promised to have a full day with her, and she was really looking forward to it, so of course she'd start crying. Besides, I was the one that had to tell her because she was asking if Julie was going to come with us. Why don't you come out and apologize to her and explain why you're not going to take her to the zoo? I can't believe you. How can you sleep at a time like this?
Why should I care? I'm staying home with my little sister tomorrow, so you take her to the zoo instead. I don't get why I have to take her when you have time to take her yourself.
Because she wants to spend some time with you. She wants to have a fun day out with her daddy. If you don't understand that, then I'll leave, just like you told me to, and never come back. I'm going to give Mia the happiness she deserves. She doesn't deserve to be disappointed by you like this.
What? Are you actually being serious? You're gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm being serious. Why would I stay with a man that can't make some time for his own little girl? I don't want to see Mia crying like this anymore. It's best for her if she just forgets about you. I've already prepared the divorce papers, so make sure you sign them tomorrow morning before I leave with Mia. I'm not spending one more night at this house.
Do what you like, but I'm warning you, once you leave, you can't come back. I'm not helping you even if you come begging for me to take you back.
Sure, I'm absolutely fine with that. I hope you understand that the same goes for you too. No matter what happens with those two, don't come crawling to me. I hope you get on well with your new roommates.
Yeah, I will. It's my first time meeting James, but he really is a nice guy. I think we'll all get along just fine. He can hold his liquor, and we have the same interests too. I think I'm gonna have a lot more fun living with these two than I ever did with you and Mia. You and Mia will just get in the way here, so you're right. It's best that you leave and never come back.
That's what I was planning to do. So, you accept the divorce?
Yeah, it's the best idea you've ever had. Hey, Hazel, you can come back now.
Excuse me?
You've had plenty of time to reflect on what you did, so I'll let you come back if you apologize to me and my sister.
I'm sorry, what? What do I have to apologize for? You really think I'm coming back? That's hilarious. I don't have any intention on getting back together with you. Mia and I are so much happier without you.
What? But you were the one who was asking me if I was being serious when I told you to leave. Now I'm saying that you can come back, so you should be happy.
I was shocked that you told me to leave, but once I saw how upset Mia was about the zoo, I decided for myself that it was best that we leave, and that hasn't changed. If anything, I was happy that I was given the chance. I feel so much better now that we're away from you, and Mia no longer has to get her heart broken by you. And it's the best thing I ever did. I managed to get away from a self-centered ass like you and away from that childish, selfish bully of a little sister. I still don't even know what kind of person that James guy is, but I could sense that he was troubled the second he walked through our door. It was the right choice for me to separate you and those two from Mia. I don't know what might have happened to her if we stayed with you.
Hey, you don't want to go that far. Don't insult me just because you found an apartment out of state and think you're safe. Don't get ahead of yourself, Hazel. Anyway, I'll forget what you said, so just hurry and come back. You're lucky I'm even giving you this chance.
I'm not coming back, Tim. There's nothing you can say to convince me to get back together with you. Anyway, why are you so bent on getting me back? You're the one that wanted me out and wanted to live with your little sister. What changed?
I don't have any money, so please come back. I've told you the truth, so will you just come back? How much more do you want me to beg?
You want me to come back because you don't have any money? You've got to be joking. Why should I care about your financial situation? We're not married anymore. Deal with it yourself.
It's not my fault. Julie and James were supposed to pitch in with the bills and stuff. That's what we decided when they moved in. But it's just that, well, James wasn't so happy with that idea.
Huh, I knew it. Do you remember me asking you if you had met him before you offered to let him live with us? But you said that you trusted Julie's judgment, remember? I knew that he wasn't the type to go out and work for himself. He's much too arrogant and too aggressive to be able to cooperate in a work environment.
I know I was stupid. I wanted to hit myself for not realizing what kind of guy he was sooner. I really do regret letting him stay with us. But that's why I'm asking you for help. Why can't you understand that?
So, what kind of person did he turn out to be?
In the beginning, he was a great guy. Friendly, generous. He was kind of rough and, brutish. But he didn't seem like a bad guy. He was growing on me. But the more time passed, the more he changed, or the more that he was acting like his usual self more like. He was talking down to me a lot and spending most of his time sleeping around the house. I was kind of getting really scared of him.
Oh, really?
But that was still, I could overlook that. It's just recently he's been bringing his friends around without telling me. It's some really big, strong-looking guys. I met some of them when I came home from work the other day, and I found out that he's part of a gang. They've been coming and going whenever they want because James gave them a spare key to the house. He made the keys without even asking me. The house has become their base of operations or something. There's always someone here.
He's part of a gang? Well, I'm not surprised.
Listen to me, Hazel. I tried to get away in the middle of the night. I planned it and everything. I worked out what times that James would definitely be sleeping, but he found me. I was so scared that he might do something to me, but he told me that I had to fund their activities if I wanted to be forgiven. They're watching me day and night so that I can't escape. I don't know what to do. I don't have the kind of money that they're asking for. How's Julie doing? Does she know what's happening? She's working with them! She's threatening me for money too! They were planning on doing this all along. She told me that the only reason she wanted to live with me was because she needed money. They've taken over the house. You've got to help me. I can't handle living with this anymore.
I don't have any obligation to help you. Especially not after what I've had to suffer with you. I don't have any intention of giving you any money just so you can hand it over to Julie and her husband. You've got to do something about it by yourself. You were saying that you would do anything for your precious little sister, remember? That's why you told us to get out. So, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Well, yeah, I said that, but I didn't know what she was up to. I wouldn't have said that if I knew that she was gonna try and use me for money.
Why should I care? We're strangers now. I don't have to help you. You're the one that told me not to come begging for help once I left. I have to prioritize Mia and her happiness, so I'm not going to help you when it's obvious that they're just going to keep asking you for money. I don't want you calling me anymore, do you understand? You don't have any right to bother me.
Hey, wait a second, just hear me out! Please, you've got to lend me some money, just a couple $100.
No way! Use your own money, or find a way to earn more.
Julie's pregnant. Can you really ignore us when we're in trouble? How heartless can you be? It's not the baby's fault that Julie and James can't earn any money for themselves. Don't you feel sorry for the baby? It's gonna be born into a house that's been taken over by some gang. I'm only staying so I can help the baby. It doesn't deserve to live like this. Only we can help the baby, so lend me some money, Hazel.
How do you plan on saving a baby that doesn't even exist?
What are you talking about? Of course it exists. It's gonna be born soon. It's gonna need me to save it.
But Julie's not pregnant, is she?
What?
I knew from the beginning. You must have thought that you had me deceived, but I knew. A few days before she moved to our place, I saw her. I happened to see her in town when I was shopping, and she was not pregnant. She didn't have a baby bump. But that same week, you told me that she was due to have a baby in a few weeks. It sounded fishy, and I thought you were being ridiculous on purpose.
You mean you couldn't see her baby bump because she was wearing baggy clothing, right?
No, I mean, she didn't have a bump. The clothes she was wearing showed that she had a very slender waist. It was just a few days before she came to our house, so she should have had a pretty major bump, but she didn't. Besides, no matter how baggy the clothes are, you can't completely hide a bump when you move around. And I don't know if you've forgotten, but I've been pregnant before. When she came to our house, she had a cushion or something stuffed down her shirt. It was so obvious that it wasn't a real baby bump. I guess she doesn't understand yet that babies are actually pretty heavy when they're in your stomach. I knew that they were up to no good when they came, and I knew that you were cooperating with them to get me and Mia out of the house.
I can't believe you. You actually knew? Yeah, that's what we were planning in the beginning. I thought up a way to get you to leave with Julie and James, and we were gonna work together. We were gonna start a company together from this house. I thought that we were all going to make an effort to earn money to start that company, but everything changed.
That's how they convinced you to let them live with you? It's hilarious that you managed to get tricked by that.
After you left, they completely changed. They started spending more time in the house with their friends while I went to work to earn money. Then they started asking me for money, and they didn't put any money into the house. I've been surrounded by gang members, people that I don't know for the past few weeks. They're always watching me, making sure that I go back home and go to work. They've taken over my bank account.
But that's all your own fault. I told you to rethink letting them stay with us. Anyway, I've had enough of hearing about your sob story. The only thing I've got to say is that I told you so. Goodbye, Tim!
What? Wait a minute, you can't be serious! Hazel, please answer the phone just this once. I need to talk to you. Please, I don't have anywhere else to turn. No one else will help me.
Sure, I'll listen. But I'm only doing it to laugh at how stupid you were. Don't expect anything else.
Really? Finally. The truth is I managed to get out of the house and I'm on the run right now. But there are some guys after me. You've got to hide me at your house.
You're being dramatic, Tim. But Mia's here, so I can't let you in if you got some gang members after you. I'm not risking Mia's safety for you. I'm not giving you our address.
I'm not being dramatic, it's true. I've got proof of the illegal stuff that they've been doing. I found something a few days ago and managed to smuggle it out. They've been using that house as a base for their crimes. They've been selling some stuff.
Whatever, I don't want to know. Why don't you go to the police? You can get them out of your house by having them arrested. If you've got proof, then it'll be easy.
I'm an accomplice and I'll be arrested with them. How can I get rid of them without going to jail? No, I already know how I'm going to use this as evidence, okay? I'll use it to make a deal with them. They won't be able to say no to anything I have to offer. That's why I need you to let me stay with you, so that I can have more time to prepare before I make my deal with them, please. Otherwise, they'll catch me before I can fight back.
Fine. Then come to the address I'm going to send to you.
Hazel, thank you. I owe you a lot. I am so lucky having you. Hey, what are you doing? Why did you run away? Hey, give me back those documents! I need them to make my deal with the gang! Give them back! What are you planning to do with them?
I'm going to take this to the police. If I do that, you, Julie, and James will all be arrested, and I won't have to worry about anything. Mia and I will live happily ever after.
Are you gonna betray me?
You're the one that betrayed me first. Don't you understand that? Maybe you should put a little more effort into being thoughtful and treating other people with a little more care. If you did that, then maybe people would be more willing to offer you a helping hand. After that, I took the documents I had stolen from Tim to the police and helped them with their investigation. The documents provided the police with evidence that the gang Julie and James were involved with were linked to all sorts of fraud and cons that had been committed in the area. Julie, James, and Tim, as well as a few dozen other gang members, were all arrested in the days following. Everyone, excluding Tim, had been charged with other offenses, so they were all dealt jail sentences almost immediately. Tim was given a suspended sentence of a couple of years, but ended up going to prison anyway. As for me, I regained the rights to the house I had been forced out of and decided to renovate it before putting it on the market. Once Tim was out of prison, he didn't have any money or a place to stay. He couldn't return to the old lifestyle he used to enjoy and had to work day and night to return the money he owed. But he soon lost hope in working like an honest person and started gambling, betting the little money he had on making a fortune. He ended up addicted and began to commit crimes to fund his gambling. I don't know exactly what for, but I hear that he's back in jail. Mia and I are living peacefully in a new home in a new neighborhood using the money I got from selling the old house. I've learned an important lesson about choosing wisely when I pick who to be friends with and who to spend the rest of my life with. And I hope that I can continue to protect and raise Mia into a good person and teach her how to choose honest, trustworthy people as her friends as well.
Louise? Where are you?
Hospital? Don't you remember what happened last night?
Nope. I was too drunk, but I remember talking to you, though.
You pushed me down the stairs, and I was carried to the hospital.
I did? Well, sorry about that. Do you have a broken bone or something?
No, I miscarried.
Wait, what? Miscarried?
Our baby is gone, Spencer.
Aw, that sucks.
What's with the attitude? Do you have any idea how hard this is for me? I've been crying all night without sleeping. Are you not going to come visit me and comfort me?
Do you want me to apologize or something? Sorry, but I have a terrible hangover, so maybe after I recover from it.
You are such a scumbag. Don't you regret what you have done?
Yeah, I do, but there's nothing I can do. If you feel sad, why don't we make another baby? How about next month, because you'll be okay by then, right?
Are you for real right now? I can't believe you.
What? I thought you'd be happy if I said that.
Shut up. You don't have anything to say.
You want me to apologize, right? I'm sorry. There. Happy?
Wow. Your attitude is disgusting.
Yours too.
Excuse me? Mine?
Why are you pissed off? Everything is not my fault, you know? You decide to argue with a person who is pretty damn drunk.
Aren't you sad at all?
I am, but it can't be changed. Plus, I wasn't the one pregnant. So, why would I be sad for a kid who hasn't been born yet? All I can think right now is, damn, I drank too much.
So you care more about the hangover, more than me and the baby. Seriously?
And? Are you trying to argue with me again?
No. But all I'm going to say is this. That I will not forgive you for the rest of my life. Karma will bite you back someday.
Yeah, whatever.
2 weeks later. Spencer, where are you?
I'm grabbing a few drinks with my friends.
Again? Really? This is 2 weeks in a row. Don't you remember what happened? I bet you didn't tell anyone about this, because they will probably tell you to go home.
Hey, can I not drink and spend time with friends?
Friends are more important than me?
What are you talking about? Of course not.
Then why don't you come home early?
My friend, who I can't meet very often, is here now. You understand, right? Don't you want to spend time with that friend?
Yeah. But I won't be meeting with them after what happened last week, though. Don't you feel sad at all?
I am sad. I want to forget about this, so that's why I'm here.
You just want to get drunk, right? You have an alcohol problem.
Excuse me? No, I don't.
You always drink until you black out. And you even stopped going to the gym. That was your hobby. You should get help before it's too late.
Shut up. I don't have a problem. Can we not talk about this now? Because I'm enjoying my time right now.
Okay, you know what? I don't know how much you are going to drink, and I know that you are going to do something when you come home. So I will stay at my parents' house until you're okay.
I won't do anything. But if you want to stay at your parents' house, then that's fine with me.
You're not going to stop me?
No, because that's your choice. Don't worry, I'll take care of the house for you.
You seem excited for me to leave.
Really? I think it's just you.
Maybe so. Anyways, I will pack my bags and leave tonight.
If you need any help, reach out to me.
You're being creepy. But thanks. I should be okay, though. Make sure to not break anything in the house. Bye. A year later.
Hey, Louise, where are you?
I'm helping my mom cook right now. Did something happen?
What? You didn't get a call from the hospital about me?
Not yet. What happened?
I got into a car accident and got carried to the hospital. Come to the hospital immediately.
Wait, what? Incoming call. A few minutes later. I just talked to the doctor and I'll be there in a few minutes.
Hurry up!
Are you serious that you became paralyzed from the waist down?
Yes. I injured my spinal cord.
That really sucks for you.
What's with the attitude?
What attitude? I just said exactly what you said to me last year.
Are you still pissed off about what happened 2 years ago?
It's actually last year. Looks like you hit your head too hard because you can't even remember. Of course I'm still pissed. I told you that I will not forgive you for the rest of my life. I didn't even get an apology from you yet.
I did apologize to you.
Yeah, but not a sincere one.
Oh, come on, get over it.
It's something that you can't get over with. I might probably still remember this until I die.
Look, I can't even think about anything else right now. Do you have any idea how hard this is for me right now? I was told that I can't walk anymore.
Bet that's an excuse.
No, it's not. I'll apologize to you if you come to the hospital and take care of me.
Did you take care of me when I got hurt? You didn't. So I won't take care of you. Why don't you ask your parents?
They're both in the Philippines for their business trip, so they might arrive tomorrow or the day after.
Friends?
They're all busy.
Damn. Are they your real friends? I think they are just your drinking buddies.
Just shut up and come to the hospital right now.
I'll go if I can.
Didn't you say that you will arrive in a few minutes?
Yeah, but after you said that, I feel like not going.
What do you mean you don't want to come? You're my wife!
Yeah, and? I think I have a right to decide that. And I choose not to go. I will take revenge on you instead.
What?
I have been waiting for the perfect timing. And I guess now is the best time. The car accident was a God's gift.
Wait, what are you going to do?
You'll see.
Wait, you're scaring me. Are you physically going to hurt me?
I'm not like you, so of course not.
Don't you feel bad for me?
Not at all. Now do you know how I felt last year?
That's a different story.
It's not for me. I went through hell. I was depressed, stressed, traumatized, and I even lost 20 pounds.
Look, I'm sorry. Can you please help me?
Absolutely not. Deal with it by yourself. A few days later, the doctor told me you're not doing well mentally. Is everything okay?
Are you seriously asking me that? Of course not! I'm paralyzed! Plus, I didn't know what you were going to do to me, so I was scared!
Anyways, I have a big announcement. I kept it a secret, but we are officially divorced.
What? Divorced?
Yes, I submitted the papers you gave me after the miscarriage incident and got help from the lawyer to submit necessary documents. You told me I can submit it whenever I want, so I did.
I was joking about it!
So it was a threat?
Yes! You wouldn't up, so I thought this was the best way. Why did you do this to me? I never agreed to divorce you!
Yeah, and? I'm not changing my mind. Also, I think you're hiding something from me. Right?
No, I'm not!
Who's Elise? She looks young.
How do you know her?
I knew you were cheating with her before the miscarriage incident occurred. So I went on your phone to check her. I also took screenshots of your conversations while you're sleeping.
Hey, that's an invasion of privacy!
Yeah. And you don't think that you did something bad?
No, because she's a friend of mine.
Really? Do friends say, I enjoyed spending the night together, or I want you to hold me in your arms?
My friends do. It's the same thing as saying, like, I enjoy hanging out with you.
Yeah, it sure does. And looks like you guys were sending half-naked pictures to each other.
We were just sending each other pictures of us cosplaying because we love anime.
Yeah. I doubt there are characters like that.
Yes, there are. Have you ever watched One Piece and JoJo? If you did, there are plenty of characters who look like that.
I know both. But there are no characters who wear lingerie and only underwear. Just admit that you were cheating on me.
There are characters like that, and we were just imitating our favorite scenes from it.
Please stop making excuses. I also know that she has been staying over at the house after I went to my parents' house. I have been keeping an eye on you since day one. And I went into the house while you guys were not home and took pictures of every room. Do you want to see those pictures?
You were spying on me?
Yes, I was. I needed proof. Since I had a lot of evidence, I was able to file for alimony without any problems.
I need to pay alimony?
Of course. It's indefinitely.
I have no money, though.
Don't worry. I thought that you were going to say that, so I took all of your savings. But it still didn't add up. So I sold the house.
What? I'm so confused right now.
Did I say something confusing? Well, the easiest way to say this is that you have no money and house left.
Why didn't you discuss this with me?
Is there another way to pay for the alimony? Being in debt is another option, but the nice person that I am took care of that. But what you need to worry about are your medical bills.
Why are you doing this to me?
It's your own fault.
What should I do?
Why don't you ask your parents?
What? My parents? Absolutely not! I feel bad!
Oh, so you feel bad for them and not me? Wow. I'm not surprised, though. How about Elise? I bet you that she won't help you because she has a boyfriend. You got played. She was just using you for your money.
She was?
Yes. I saw her a couple of times in town with her boyfriend. They were holding hands and kissing. Both of you are... something.
Louise, I'm so sorry. I seriously apologize from the bottom of my heart. I need you in my life. Please don't leave me. I'm regretting everything.
Sorry, but we're done from last year.
Please don't say that.
Anyways, my revenge is completed and I'm so satisfied. It's been the best feeling ever. Now, please excuse me. I have a reservation at a French restaurant in an hour.
Can we talk about this once?
Absolutely not. Good luck paying the medical bills. And don't even think about asking me for help, okay? Bye. 2 years later.
Hey, Louise? How's everything?
Who is this?
It's Spencer.
What the hell do you want? Didn't I tell you not to contact me?
Please help me. I might need to go to a nursing home. I don't want to. I'm still young.
Why?
My parents were paying for my medical bills, but it was expensive, and they thought that the nursing home is cheaper. If you hadn't taken all of my savings, I would have still been at the hospital.
Sorry to hear that, but be thankful that your parents are helping you.
Can I ask you something? Can we get back together?
Are you serious?
Yes. I will apologize for everything. So can you too? Then let's act like nothing happened.
I didn't do anything that I need to apologize for, actually. I also remarried. Have a child, so no thanks.
What? Remarried? A child? Why didn't you tell me?
There is no need to tell you, so go find someone else if there is anyone, though.
Dump him and come back. He's probably trash.
Excuse me? You don't even know him. He is a true gentleman who actually is very caring and sincerely loves me. He was at my side when I gave birth. He is the total opposite of you.
Hey, I loved you too.
Yeah, if you loved me, you wouldn't have pushed me down the stairs. Or cheated on me. Anyways, I will never get back to you. So just give up.
Give me back my money then.
Why?
You got remarried, so you don't need my money, right?
That's for the alimony. Do you not remember what you did to me?
You betrayed me.
Betrayed? Really? Okay, you know what? I'm wasting my time talking to you, so I will excuse myself.
Wait, don't leave me!
We're done. So deal with everything by yourself, okay? Karma did bite you back. After the incident, I blocked him right after, and he now lives in a nursing home. His parents stopped helping him because he was complaining and lashing out on them how he didn't want to go to a nursing home. They told him to pay back the medical bills for the hospital and not to come back until he pays it off. He is now in debt because he needs to pay back his parents and the nursing home. I don't know if he found a new job, but I heard that since no one is visiting him, he is having a mental breakdown. If he would have been more considerate of others, everything would have ended differently.